Hello everyone. This video is going to be a little different than any video I've ever made before. Social media is such a wonderful tool, and so many of us use it to share all of our wonderful moments and make our lives look really good. And we show all the stuff that's wonderful. But under the surface, I know that for me, it's not all rosy and sunshine and great. And, I think instead of doing a video on how I can help you, I'm actually going to ask you for help. I know. Crazy. So those of you that don't want to hear about this, you can go. But I'm going to share a few things. As some of you know, I just got home from the hospital yesterday. I had lost about 2/3 of the blood in my body. I think I have a stomach ulcer. I had to have a blood transfusion. And I'm feeling a lot better. The blood, I made notes, by the way, so I remember to kind of organize my thoughts. I feel a lot better. It's good to be home. In addition to that, I've been really struggling with my bipolar, my mood disorder, whatever you want to call it. I've been very honest and open about that. But I've been struggling with a lot of anxiety and panic attacks, and my meds aren't right. And over the last several years since my divorce, I've been using alcohol, wine, to self-medicate the anxiety. And as of January, I stopped drinking. And so all of that anxiety and all of that stress and all of that stuff that I was numbing and dealing, using the alcohol to deal with is now right in my face. And so I'm having to adjust my meds because I'm not using alcohol anymore. It's one of those things. I think we all use alcohol, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it, but for me, I know it doesn't serve me. And so trying to get your meds right, for any of you who have dealt with, depression or anything, it takes a while, and it can really jack your system. The other thing about the bipolar that I want to share is that with this disorder, by the way, I'm not a big fan of the whole label thing, but it's helpful to give you some context as I talk about this. My brain goes about a bazillion miles per hour, and I have so many ideas, so many thoughts, so many things that come into my head all the time. And most of the time, I don't know which one to act on, and I just get overwhelmed and paralyzed and shut down and can't do anything. So I have the high part where I'm all these ideas, and there are many things that I have taken action on and I have created, but nothing ever gets done, never gets completed. Because what'll happen is after the high and the excitement and all these ideas, I crash. And so then I crash and I have to go to bed, or I just check out. And I can't do anything, really. Which is really hard. It's frustrating because nothing gets done, and I feel very frustrated about that. My whole life I have really tried to look perfect and be perfect, because for me, looking good and being perfect was kind of a way for me to feel safe. If everyone around me was happy and okay and approving of what I was doing, then I was safe. And I know that's not true, but that's where I've been operating from. And as someone with my illness and all these other things, it's impossible to be perfect. I have tried, and it has absolutely exhausted me, and stressed me out to the max. And it's taken a toll on my health. I have so many things to offer, so many things that I want to do and I want to share. As many of you know, I've been subbing for the last 4 years. I was a teacher in Colorado for 4 years, 5 years, teaching U.S. history to 8th graders. I love middle school. I love high school. I could try to get a full-time job doing that again. But then there's this other side of Cassie that is free-spirited and entrepreneurial, and I've always wanted to have my own business and have it be successful. And thus far, I haven't gotten there yet. But some of you know that I have done a lot of work in terms of energy healing, energy medicine, teaching people how to heal themselves, intuitive coaching. I have clients and people that I've worked with. I've done a lot of writing. Back in Colorado, I had a column where I was talking about helping parents with teens, and I could easily put this column together, or these columns together. I think I have 13 or 14 of them I could put together in a book. I have probably like 20 blog posts on my website on various topics that I could easily put together as a book. I have started a new blog that I was really hoping to use to share some of my experiences with the bipolar and kind of how that's been, and just being really honest and real. And I just love to write, but of course I'm not doing any of it because I have too many things to think about. I have written and created classes, 2 or 3 classes, one on self-healing. It's like a 7 or 8 week class with videos and written content and meditations, and I've got a class on helping you to really connect with that inner voice, your inner guru. Sorry, I think I might have food in my teeth. I also have a class for people who are very sensitive and how to manage that. I probably have like 20 self-guided meditations that I've recorded. All these things I could have packaged on my website. People could be purchasing them. I could be making passive income, and people could be benefiting from the things that I have done, because I've done a lot of work. I've done a lot of stuff, and it's all just sitting here. And because I'm so overwhelmed with everything else that nothing is getting done. I've started an Instagram page for teenagers, and back in Colorado I had a business coaching teenagers, doing success coaching with teenagers. I could very easily do that again, working with teens and parents. There's, with all these school shootings and all the stuff that's going on, irregardless of the gun issue, these kids need help. And there's not a lot of people out there to help them, especially the troubled ones. And those happen to be my favorite ones. So I could easily be doing that. I have 3 Facebook pages. One of them has over 7,000 followers, and I get new followers every week, and I never post on it. There was a movie recently that I saw on Netflix called The Masks We Wear, and I could easily organize something with that. There's content and curriculum. I could be helping kids. So as you can see, there are just many things that I could be doing, and nothing is complete, nothing. And with all of that, I don't have a steady income. And my parents have had to help me. And I'm not proud of that. And because they've helped me, I have felt very obligated to do things and live my life in a way that would make them happy. But there's so many things that I want to do, that I could do, that aren't in alignment necessarily with what they expect or what others expect. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've lost friends. I don't have anyone in my life. I don't have a partner, which is not a problem. But it would be nice. And I think, to wrap this up, I guess I'm asking if there's anyone out there who resonates with anything that I'm trying to do, has any ideas, any resources, any suggestions. I would love to hear from you. I am coming at this whole thing not as a victim, because none of us are a victim to our lives. I take full responsibility for everything that I've created in my life, good and bad. And I come at this from an empowered place. And I think it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to admit that you're struggling. And it's okay to be honest and real about that. So I'm going to wrap this up. I hope all of you are doing well, and private message me or text me or whatever if you have any suggestions, or if there's anything, any ideas that you have that might be helpful. Anyway, love to you all. Bye.